Good Wednesday morning, Top Gun Options traders and investors. Whiz here. Obviously, the markets are going to wallow around, folks, as we wait for the administration and the coalition of, quote, the willing are going to lob a couple T-LAMs, some tomahawks into Syria, a la Clinton, Desert Fox style, and smack Assad on the wrist. Not going to do anything. It's not going to hit his chemical weapons. They're already moved. It's not going to prevent him from continuing to kill his own people, and it's not going to do anything but further destabilize the region. As we've talked about repeatedly, folks, his failure to act 2 years ago when he said Assad must go, if anything, this is going to embolden Assad and Iran. Just okay, I use chemical weapons. They launched some cruise missiles, and that's the red line that I crossed. Was you launched some cruise missiles at me? Yawn, and it continues, and the region continues to be destabilized. So here we go. We're going to. It's a great headline. U.S. leaks tell Assad he can relax. The bombing will be brief and limited. That's the headline, guys. The bombing is going to be brief and limited. Thanks for telling me that. Okay, so everybody hide. I'm sure all the generals have already turned to their lieutenants and said, all right, Lieutenant, you got duty for the next 72 hours. I'm going to be, give me a call if anything happens. Bye. Brief and limited, which is what I wish, the reign of our current king would be, but it isn't. So launch them and let the market get back to what? Worrying about QE. Big report out of Goldman Sachs saying, essentially they're going to get rid of quantitative easing, and they're going to start talking in terms of forward guidance. And they also said that they believe that the FOMC is going to focus most of the tapering on treasuries rather than their mortgage-backed security program. So maybe ease off on the treasuries and keep the mortgage-backed security purchasing going. So it'll be interesting to see what happens out of the Fed. Regardless, we do have a debt ceiling debate. Our brilliant Treasury Secretary Jack Lew yesterday immediately said there's going to be no negotiation over the debt ceiling, which tells me immediately that there will be a negotiation of the debt ceiling, but it will also tell me that we're going to have more clown car music out of Washington as we get ready for this debt ceiling quote debate and the budget battle. So stand by, folks. As we've briefed, we're going to see a big uptick in volatility. We're already seeing it. Here's the lead into the June Fed meeting, and here we are right now leading into Syria and the Fed meeting and the budget and debt ceiling. There's a small minority, there's a minority of Republicans out there that have already said we're going to use this to try and defund Obamacare. We're not raising our debt ceiling. We're going to pay our bills and get our fiscal house in order. So contrast that with Jack Lew saying we're not going to even negotiate. There is no negotiation. Just raise the debt ceiling. Go. Give us more money. And some vocal Republicans saying that ain't going to happen. Of course, Boehner stuck in the middle, not a leadership bone in that guy's body either. He'll fold like a cheap suit. But the kabuki theater, the resulting kabuki theater, is going to result, in my opinion, in an increase in volatility and a pullback in this market. We're on tender hooks as it is right now. The economic data aren't good, and this could be the spark that sends us into a massive retreat in the fall. It'll be brief. It'll be deep. And then we'll end up going back up because that's what markets tend to do over time, folks. Okay, so at the open today, looking a little bit up. Our hedges are working great, as I briefed yesterday. Here's the primary trade alert model portfolio over Top Gun Options. This trades up nearly 360%, about $3,000. SDS is the ProShares Ultra Short ETF, so we got that on as a little bit of a insurance policy, and seeing a little bit of a recovery in some areas, but again, up 23. We're going to wallow around here. We'll see a strike probably tomorrow on Thursday, brief and limited. I'm probably going to unwind these hedges as they pop. and then get ready for more wallowing going into the Fed meeting. Okay? All right, guys, got to run, got to do some live trading, and then I'm up here in New Orleans working, doing some consulting, doing some C-level, just doing some good work with a rather large company here in the United States, getting to see behind closed doors what's going on, what they think is going on with the economy, what they're doing as far as hiring. So another value add that Top Gun Options and Wealth Creation with Options traders, investors get that no other traders get out there. My unique access to Fortune 500 companies and literally what is going on behind closed doors. Okay, so I got to run. Big day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll be back tomorrow as we talk about our brief and limited military engagement in Syria. We'll see you.